Hi, Kelly. I was just wondering if you've always had so much confidence in everything you do. Like, I'm an actress, and when I'm on stage, I'm a completely different person than when I'm off stage. Like, when I'm off stage, I can't even, like, look people in the eye when I talk. So I'm just wondering, like, if you always had that much confidence. And how
I mean, I would recommend that if you're an actress that you should act like you're confident, even when you're not on stage. So that could be, like, your ongoing, David, what was Lee, what's her name, like the actor studio? What's the name of the coach? Yeah, Lee Strasberg. That could be your Strasberg thing. You just, wherever you are, you act confident. No. Like, when I love somebody, I'm stupid. Like, if I meet a guy, like, I can't, like, make eye contact and speak. And my friends are all like, uh-oh, she likes this guy. Because normally I'm just like, whatever. Then if, like, I meet somebody that I'm really into, I'm just like, hi. And I have to go. I have to split. There's no eye contact, there's no conversation, there's no Smartsville. I'm like on the floor shredded and an idiot, and I have to go. I have like gilded Tourette syndrome of like kindness. You just have to do it until it doesn't hurt you anymore. You know, I mean, I really was not a confident person. I had a lot of attitude, but I didn't have a lot of confidence. And it just has to get beaten. Like, it just, after a while, it's like, you know, why do cows know how to lay down before it rains? Just because they know what it's like when it's going to rain. And that's how life is. After a while, you're like, you can see an emotion coming from like far across the field instead of just being like, I'm distraught. You can see it like when you get older, like, uh-oh, here comes distraught. And you can like just like miss it like that. But when you're young, it's really hard because you're playing for keeps. It's intense. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You can hear my heart. Like
can I hear your heart? My heart's probably, I don't even know. I'm like so goth, I don't even know if what my heart rate is at this point.
Anyway, so I'm working in fashion and PR.
Okay.
And I'm in school. I've got like 3 jobs. I've been working as an unpaid intern. I don't know how many people feel the same way. For 8 months now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm like only been working my ass off.
But what have you learned?
A lot.
Okay, thanks. And did you pay money to go to college?
Yes.
Did you pay money for your internship?
No.
So what was a better deal?
Well, I mean both.
Where did you learn more? Experientially, experience-wise.
Experience. I mean, my schooling is totally
No. I'm asking the questions. Where did you learn more?
It's different.
I'm God. I come down. I have a gun in my hand.
But I learned totally different things in school than I did in.
What did you learn in school? Give me 3 things.
Politics.
Of what?
All sorts. International politics, world politics.
Okay. So you learned theory.
Theory, lots of theory.
And then you went to your internship and you learned what?
All sorts of hands-on experience. But
And this is an honest question. I'm not trying to trick you. It's an honest question. And if you could only take one of those things with you, because you have 2 sets of experience. You have the theory and you have the experience. So now you're about to get a job. And God comes back down. He doesn't have a gun in his hand, but he has a splitter. And he says, you can, or she says, depending on who you think God is, and says, you can only take one of these things, theory or experience, for your new job. And your new job is, are you studying poli-sci or something? What are you doing?
Yeah, poli-sci.
Okay, see, I've been around for a while. I specialize in girls like you. So, are you going to law school?
No.
Okay, so you're going to be like a UN person or working on a
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, so you're going to get a job for the Prime Minister.
Woo!
Okay, you're going to work for the Prime Minister. You're going to become the assistant of the Prime Minister, which, by the way, I'm thinking about running because I was born 60 miles from Canada, so I'm going to try to get it like pushed a little bit. No, I'm only joking. I just saw somebody on Twitter yesterday about Kelly Cutrone for Prime Minister. I was like, that's an idea I never had. I'm not serious though, by the way. And don't be like, telling me to forget it because it's not going to happen because I can do whatever I want. So, which one do you take with you? Do you take the experience, or do you take the what you learned at the internship, or do you take what you learned at school?
Well, the thing is,
not the degree or not the people that you know. What do you take with you?
My question is not what.
No, but I'm asking you a question. Which one do you take with you?
The experience.
Okay. So now what are we saying? What's the question?
So my question is, when do I turn around and say, I think it's time to pay me now?
Did you ask your school that question?
No, but I'm not going to.
How much you paid them, right?
Yeah, a lot of money.
How much?
Like $7,000 every year.
For 4 years?
For 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
7 times 6 is 42 last time I checked.
Which I worked my ass off to pay for, PS.
I understand that. I pay that every year for my daughter's 3rd grade. So, here we are in this conversation. So, you paid $42,000 for something that when asked what you would take with you to your job was the place that you didn't pay anything for, but now you want to know when the thing that didn't pay you anything and you didn't pay anything for is going to pay you. Is that the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. By the way, I just want to say something because I wanted to show you something. And I wanted to show you that just because we pay for something doesn't mean it's worth what we pay. I do believe in education, and I want to say that. And I work really hard to pay for my daughter's education. About your internship, to answer your question, because I wanted to illustrate something to everybody, and I'm not playing you. I have respect for you, and I understand that you're working really hard, and I want you to know this. So to answer your question now, because I wanted to show you that you got more from your internship than they got from you. Right? You've been there 8 months, you paid no money, and when asked after what you paid $42,000 for, you choose to take what you paid nothing for to bring you to the next level. So that was my way of showing you, not that you're a loser in this crowd, but that you're a winner. Okay? And that also we have to pay attention to ritual and theory and education and what that means for other people. To me, it doesn't mean a lot other than you have the ability to discipline yourself and be consistent and show up for something, which, by the way, is what I do as a mother every day, which is very commendable, to be able to be consistent. So for you, I would say wait till you're 12 months, and now that you're there for 8 months, go to your boss or to your immediate boss, or send an email. This is another pet peeve of mine. If you work in an office, do you have a minute for me? No, I don't. You're an intern. Thanks for playing. Bye. So send an email or note or whatever the protocol in your place of work is and say, I am very, very happy here, and I've had some time to explore that I've learned more here than at my own school, and I'm going to be coming up on my year in 4 months because your employers don't know because they're busy trying to pay their bills. And I would like to know what the next steps are for me to take or to work on to be considered for employment at your agency. Right? Who wouldn't want that? You have 30 people in the office. This one's all like, hey, Kelly, I picked up a paper towel. Like, good for you, babe. You're going to be a good cleaning lady. And you need a lot of attention. And I'm not looking for a paper towel picker-upper. I'm looking for a publicist. Right? So it's like, go and pace yourself. Be ahead of your boss, because a lot of times people think their boss is looking them over. Their boss is out of it. I don't know anything. Like, I have interns that have worked for me for a year, and I'll come in on a Friday and they'll be standing there and they'll be like, I'll be like, what's going on, Jose? Nothing. You seem like really clean cut and like, kind of like sparkly eyed. Is there something happening? Is it your birthday? No. And then I'll go in the back, I'll be like, what's up with Jose? Oh, it's his last day. Jose, it's your last day? Yes. You've been here a year? Yes. Oh my God, I can't believe you've been here a year. Let me get you a cupcake. So his parting gift from me, after he's given me a year of his time and gone on the subway and grabbed garment bags and been kicked by whoever, you know, in the fashion world and been treated like however, he gets a cupcake and we sing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow. That's the parting gift at People's Revolution. You know, but what those people leave with is a hell of a lot of experience. And what they come back and they say to me is, you know, I thought you were a psychopath. I thought it was really bizarre. I thought it was kind of a cult. But I knew more than the publicist when I got my assistant's job. And I also learned how to do whatever it takes. So I think a lot of times you don't want to be the needy person that paces your boss. But your boss probably, it sounds to me like your boss doesn't know you've been there 8 months. And I know, but even they might not have the money to hire you. Everybody thinks that the employer is the rich man. At my office in the last 2 years, I probably didn't get paid for 30 weeks because I didn't want to fire any of my staff. You know, and I was making bank on TV. I made $1 million on TV. What do I care? Do I need to get my $10,000 a month from People's Rev or the 14 on the side? No. So I had a choice. I could fire people and downsize and get paid, or I could not get paid and keep my staff. So I kept my staff. But let me tell you something, when my staff was acting bitchy, I was like, it's my 1 year. One girl came into my office after I hadn't been paid for like 12 weeks, and she was like, can I talk to you? I was like, sure. She goes, it's my 1 year. I was like, wow, congratulations, that's great. She goes, well, I want to talk to you about a raise. I said, for who? She said, for me. And I said, have you been here over the last 2 years? You know, we have TV crews, we have all this stuff going on. Our billings dropped 40%. There's all these stores that are empty. The fashion business is upside down. People don't even know if magazines are going to continue. And you're going to ask me for a fucking raise? That's what you have to contribute to this team right now? You're fired. Have a nice day. Here's your raise. Get a clue. Bye. See you. Somebody's going to come there. It's like, it's not like I'm secret. I'm like a mom, like, we're going to eat potatoes and pasta, and we're going to Taco Bell. Okay, we are not getting surf and turf for your graduation this year. Times are tough. I'll make your prom dress, and that's how it's going to be. Well, I want to go to the Carlisle Hotel and get my hair done. Okay, bye.
Hi. I just wanted to say that I really appreciated your chapter, the No Matter What Club. I read it today on the subway, and I met with some friends yesterday, and not just going to the movies and just, you know, hanging out, but actually talking and really digging in deep. And we're talking about, like, in 2011, a lot of people are basically taking audit of their life. And I feel like I'm in the process right now of pulling out the weeds when it comes to my friends, when it comes to people who are toxic and negative in my life. And in your chapter, you said, you know, you shouldn't give up on people if they're just having a bad time, ADD, OCD, all that kind of stuff. But when is it time to, you know, take stock and just be like, you know, I need to let this go and invest my time elsewhere? When does it become, you know?
I think it's different. The No Matter What Club, in case you guys haven't read the book yet, is this chapter that I have about the fact that if you've been with, the fact that as soon as people meet somebody, they're like, whatevs, you're my BF, I love you, yeah, we gotta hang, yeah. And it's just like, you know, 3 months later, somebody's like in a blackout in a bar, and you're just like, you're totally inappropriate, like, I never want to speak to you again, don't ever call me, like, you're total embarrassment, go fuck yourself, whatevs, like, you need help, bah. Whereas, like, whereas when people love each other and they're older, they go, whoa, I don't know if you know that this is going on for you, but like it's going on for you, and I love you, and I expect more from you, and how can we walk through this? So anybody is going to disappoint you. I mean, look at poor Maria Shriver. Do you think that would have happened? Do you think she's like, oh, I'm a Kennedy, I'm one of the hottest chicks in journalism, blah, blah, blah. My husband's going to like have sex with a maid, and I'm going to raise like his love child in my house for 10 years. I don't think she thought that was going to happen. You just don't know about human beings and what they're going to do. And so my advice to you is follow your intuition. If somebody's like, this is a bottom feeder who's like, I really believe that vampires are this. And I really believe that we see them as these creatures that come and like Twilight, take our blood and like